Hello, snakes. My name is Dante, and today it's Podcast Tuesday once again, and we'll just be reviewing some new Time Spiral Remastered spoilers, which is a new set that's coming out soon. It's either this weekend or next weekend. It is not entirely known. I think it's gonna be this weekend, but it could be next weekend. Who knows? If it's this weekend, this is the only Time Spiral Remastered spoilers we're getting in this channel. But if it's next weekend, then don't worry. There's gonna be more spoilers next week. But for now, we're just gonna be reviewing 5 cards. There's gonna be like 5 blue cards, 5 black cards, and 5 white cards, because there were no red or green spoilers, which was kind of weird. But yeah. No red, no green spoilers, and 4 cards from the main set, and 1 time-shifted card that will be found. There's gonna be 1 time-shifted card in each booster, if I'm not wrong. I mean, this was how it was in original Time Spiral set, but I mean, it could be different. Like it could be 2 in this one, or it could be like a type of masterpiece thing, and you're not getting 1 guaranteed. And it is actually and it's actually very cool. I've always wanted to open from Time Spiral set. I mean, I managed to open one pack from the Time Spiral block, aka Planar Chaos, as there are 3 sets in the Time Spiral block: Time Spiral, Planar Chaos, and Future Sight. And they're each and they each have their own type of time shifted card, in which Time Spiral has a time shifted card in each pack, which are just cards in the old border frame, but are part of the same set. Like the main set only consists of new cards, and then the time shifted is just a series of reprinted cards in the old bordered frame that are under the special rarity, in which you get 1 in each pack. And so I think Time Spiral Remastered is gonna be quite similar. Like, I mean, the time shifted cards are not gonna be from the Time Spiral block itself, nor from Time Spiral block time shifted set either. They're just gonna be like, the main set cards are only going to be time shifted. Not time shifted. Time Spiral block cards, but not the time shifted cards. And then time shifted set is gonna be any card basically. Like they selected like a bunch of cards for the time shifted set, mainly new cards, but they're also putting like some other cards. Like, for example, we're getting like Path to Zao in there and stuff. And I'm not sure if it's gonna affect format legality or not. I mean, Palace Jailer's in there, but let's just start off with the combo of the week, and it is we got the combo of the week: Fleet Swaller and Bruvak the Grandiloquent. So, Bruvak the Grandiloquent is a 3 mana 1/4 legendary human advisor. If an opponent will mill 1 or more cards, they mill twice the cards. And Fleet Swaller is a 7 mana 6/6 fish with 1 attacks. Target player mills half their deck, rounded up. And how it works, since it says rounded up, not rounded down, it means you could kill someone. It means you could, if you double that, then you're sure that you're gonna mill someone out entirely. But if it's rounded down, then if they have an odd number of cards, then they're gonna be left with 1 card. But since it says rounded up, then that means you can attack and mill someone completely, so then they die. Just be careful. It won't work if you have stuff like if you have like Lab Maniac, as like Bruvac would only mill double to the opponents, so you can't use Fleet Swaller to mill yourself, your full library. Then just follow up in the next turn or in the second main phase with a cantrip to then win the game. So yeah, it just works to deck out someone entirely. So yeah, it's a very good card, a very good combo. Yeah, Fleet Swaller, Bruvac the Grandiloquent, and let's just go in to the blue spoilers, and they are the golden blue. Remember to have the inventory. We've got the blue spoilers. We got Ancestral Vision is our first blue spoiler. It is a sorcery with suspend 4 for 1 blue mana. Third player draws 3 cards. In case if you don't know what suspend does, it basically allows you to, instead of paying the mana cost, you can pay the suspend cost and exile it with 4 time counters on it from your hand. And at the beginning of your upkeep, remove a time counter from it. When the last one is removed, cast it for free. So for example, Ancestral Vision is a special one which forces you to suspend it, and you cannot cast it normally. You just have to pay 1 blue mana and just suspend it, and then after 4 turns you get it in for free. It's making reference to one of the most powerful cards in Magic the Gathering, Ancestral Recall, a member of the power 9, which is a 1 blue sorcery. No. 1 blue instant, sorry. I just got confused with Ancestral Vision. Ancestral Vision is the sorcery. Ancestral Recall is an instant, which allows you allows anyone to draw 3 cards for 1 blue instant. And yeah, it's just a very powerful member of the power 9. So, and basically Ancestral Vision is making a reference to that card. In fact, every card from the Time Spiral block is making a reference to a card or stuff like that, or at least Time Spiral set. And like some cards in Chaos, or older cards in Planar Chaos, and I think Future Sight as well. Like for example, the time shifted cards are the old cards themselves. The new cards in there, in that set, were making references to older cards, sometimes to multiple old cards at once. Planar Chaos, some of those, yeah, I think all of them were doing so. And they had their time shifts, which are color shifted versions, or, well, yeah, they're called time shifts, yeah, of older cards. In fact, in the Wizard's ruling, it clearly states they are time shifted versions of older cards. Like for example, Hedge Troll is actually a time shifted version of Sedge Troll. And for example, well, what else was there? Oh yeah, Porphyry Notes was a time shifted version of a Drop of Honey. And yeah, they're just, the list goes on. And then we've got, for example, Time Bender. 1 mana, 1/1. Human wizard with morph 1 blue. Yeah. When it's turned face up, you can choose 1 to remove 2 time counters from a permanent or suspended card, or put 2 time counters on target permanent with a time counter on it or suspended card. Yeah, I don't know what is it referencing, but I do know it's referencing something. Probably scornful egotist. I don't know. I mean, just because it's a just because it's a 1/1 human wizard with a morph cost of 1 doesn't mean it's referencing it's or directly referencing uh, Scornful Egotist. I mean, Scornful Egotist is an 8 mana 1/1 with morph for 1 mana. It's a human wizard deemed one part of the top 20 worst cards in the game, according to me. Yes, I put in the top 20 worst cards. Yeah, Scornful Egotist. If you want, you can just check it out later. I'll just and then we've got Veiling Oddity, 4 mana 2/3 illusion with suspend 4 for 2 mana, and basically when the last time counter is removed from Veiling Oddity while it's out, creatures can't be blocked this turn. So this is actually, I'm not sure what is it referencing, but it's actually kind of powerful. Like for example, you could like suspend it, suspend 4, like paying 2 mana to suspend it, and later on like you're preparing like a big siege, and then when alright, you got Veiling Oddity out, boom, there we go. Nothing can be blocked this turn. In fact, Veiling Oddity, if it comes out from suspense, it will actually gain haste. Like suspended cards, if they are creatures, they gain haste when they enter. So this is actually very cool. Veiling Oddity is kind of cool. Like it's common. I'm not sure if it was always common or if it's now common, but I mean, if it was always common, then I mean, I'm pretty sure it's not played in Pauper. But if it's now a common, then I mean, I don't know. Could have a bit of Pauper potential, but I don't exactly know exactly. But yeah, like Veiling Oddity is still a cool card. Probably only played for Commander, not even played at all. But I mean, it's kind of cool. Probably for its rarity at least. But let's go to Errant Ephemeron. 7 mana 4/4 illusion with flying and suspend 4 for 2 mana. This is just nice. I mean, it's just you then like by turn 6 you get a 4/4 flying haste, which is just nice. Rather than having like, I mean, if you suspend it, then the opponent will know by turn 6 you're getting a 4/4 flying haste, so they'll prepare for that. But then by turn 7, if you cast it normally, I mean it's 1 turn late, cannot attack. So I mean the opponent has 1 turn to prepare before it strikes. So yeah, and then the time shifted card, we've got Taurand, Sky Summoner. Yep, that's getting reprinted. 4 mana 2/2 legendary Merfolk Wizard. Whenever you cast an instant or sorcery spell, create a 2/2 Drake with flying. I think this time for Time Scroll Remastered, they're putting cards that were never seen in the old border into the old bordered legacy frame. So I mean, I think Taurand was never seen in that border, so now they're bringing it. I mean, it kind of looks weird. I mean, not sure if it's because we've only seen like the newer versions and stuff like that, or if it's because the editing on the cards was much worse before, and now it feels weird to see them in the old borders. I don't know. What do you think, viewers? Just let me know in the chat or in the comments. What do you think about the seeing the new old border cards, like seeing reprints in the old border, like pre-modern? I mean, seeing cards in the new border, in the M15 border, it actually feels weirder than seeing modern cards in the old border. I mean, there were like, for example, some modern cards or stuff like that. Like I'm not sure about like Judge promos, F&M promos, or Grand Prix promos, or just some promos that were in the old border. Like for example, Nogor Hierarch. I mean, I've seen lots of people have those have those promos like that looked old, but are not quite like the time shifted cards. Like I mean, but the time shifted cards were actually cards in the old border frame. Now it's like not any. They're not old cards at all. They're just fairly new cards that are for the first time getting put into old border frames. But yeah, this is just what I feel about the old bordered cards. Let's just go into the. Wait, did I put number? Oh yeah, that no, sorry. Oh yeah, let's just head into number 2, which is the black spoilers. Black spoilers. We've got Sengir Nosferatu. Wait, what? I'd never heard of that. What is? It's just a 5 mana 4/4 vampire with flying. 2 mana, exile it to create a 1/2 bat with flying. It has 2 mana, sacrifice it to bring back a card, an exiled card named Sengir Nosferatu to battlefield under its owner's control. I'm pretty sure this is referencing Sengir Vampire, a 5 mana 4/4 vampire with flying, and whenever a creature that was dealt damage by Sengir Vampire this turn would die, put +1/+1 counter in Sengir Vampire. But I mean, it's kind of cool because if you have like 2 mana and this is about to die, you could just quick save it by exiling it, put in a 1/2 bat, and later on you could just send the bat away to then put the Nosferatu back. Or you could do it like if you have like sacrifice triggers or stuff like that, like or death triggers. You could like pay 4 mana to trigger that, or like to do, or you could do it like to get revolt triggers or stuff like that. I don't know. Just Sengir Nosferatu has lots of potentials and stuff like. It's just a very good card. I like it. It's cool. I mean, I don't have it, but now since it's getting reprinted, I hope to get my hands on it. I mean, it is a master set, so it's probably going to be worth 40 AED per pack. So I don't know. And I mean, I just hope I will be able to get my hands on 1 pack, or a few packs at least. Maybe a box, I don't know. But if I do get Time Scroll Remastered packs, then I will open them on the channel, and they'll be available as shorts, probably. So let's just go to Yitzlead Jailer. 2 mana, 2/1 zombie wizard with cards in graveyards lose their abilities. And this is actually fairly good because this is a very good graveyard hate card. Like, I mean, it does allow players to bring back cards from graveyards and stuff like that. But, for example, it kills off Dredge. It kills off Narcomoeba and stuff like that. And yeah, just gets rid of all the graveyard effects and stuff. Like, even a new Kaldheim card that takes effect in the graveyard won't take effect because of Yitzhak Jailer. And I mean, this card's been around since like Planar Chaos. This was like one of those Planar Chaos cards, and like it's actually very good. I mean, people are not noticing it, but this is actually a good card. Then let's just go into Extirpate. One black mana instant, split second. Choose target card in the graveyard. other than basic land cards, search its owner's graveyard, hand, and library for all cards with the same name as that card and exile them. Then that player shuffles their library. So Extirpate is by most people considered a worse version of surgical extraction. I mean, if you're playing in a black deck or mono black deck, this is actually better than than surgical extraction. But in other decks where possibly there is no black in there, surgical extraction is a much better card. As I mean, you do remove the split second from it, but you do replace the black with a Phyrex in black instead. So Extirpate is good for black decks, or at least mono black decks. But for other types of decks, try surgical extraction instead. I mean, surgical extraction, like for example, would be great for prowess decks, as you could cast it basically for free, just pay 2 mana and it works. But for Extirpate, if you're playing like mono black rack or something, then just go Extirpate. Don't go surgical extraction. I mean, you could always go both. You don't use surgical extraction unless if you plan on using both of them. Like, if you have 4 Extirpates in there, which, I mean, people would call you a madman for this. I mean, I'd only put like 2 like from 1 to 3 copies of a card in my sideboards when I'm playing just playing any deck. For my sideboard I always consist like from 1 to 3 copies of one card. I don't put multiple copies of 4 copies of the same card. Like, I only have like one set of like where it's three copies. Like, I usually do like 2, like I do like 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, 3. Like the 7th unique card is actually like, it's actually like, I get like, that's 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, then 15. Like, the 7th card is actually going to be a set of 3, not a set of 2. Like, for example, for my current burn deck, I have 3 Path to Exiles, whilst the rest is just 2 copies. So and then let's just go into Street Wraith. It was a time shifted card in Future Sight, which was foretelling like alternative costs for the cycling cost. Pay 2 life is the example there. Swamp Walk, and it's a 5 mana 3/4 Swamp Walk and cycling to pay 2 life. This is for many people a worse version of Gitaxian Probe, an alternative to Gitaxian Probe, since they got banned from Modern, then from Legacy, and now from Pioneer. So they're just using Street Wraith as it allows you to cycle it by paying 2 life. You can't pay 1 blue instead, and you cannot peek your opponent's hand. It does grant you the option for the late game to cast a 5 mana 3/4 Swamp Walk, but it's not a good option to do, so it's better to just cycle it away. And yeah, and it doesn't trigger prowess either, which is bad. But I mean, it's not a spell. At least it's not a spell that you're casting, and it's instant speed, whilst Gitaxian Probe is a sorcery. And yeah, the things that you can't play in Pauper, as it was never printed as a common, it was always printed as an uncommon. I was hoping a common reprint for Street Wraith, but it's still an uncommon? Really? Why don't they ever make it a common? They should make it a common. If they make it a common, they might ban it instantly in Pauper. I mean, they made like I mean, they recently in Pauper they recently banned a card from Commander Legends. So I mean, they're probably afraid of making common cards way too powerful. So let's just head into the number 1, which is the white spoilers, and we've got the white spoilers. We've got Mangara. Oh wait, did I? No, wait, did I forget? I forgot to talk about the the time shift spoiler. Zulaport Cutthroat. 2-mana 1/1 human rogue ally, where whenever Zulaport Cutthroat or another creature you control dies, each opponent loses 1 life and you gain 1 life. Very good card, especially for commander, as it just drains the life out of everyone, like kind of like Blood Artist and other cards. And Sengir Nosferatu could actually go well to Zulaport Cutthroat, as you just pay 4 mana to drain 1 life from everyone, just by default. And yeah, it's just Zulaport Cutthroat is something you'd see in many commander decks, especially Marin decks. So yeah, that's a time shifted card for black. And now let's just go into the white. Let's just first of all talk about the white cards, then normal white cards, then we'll talk about the time shifted card. Mangara of Korondor, 3-mana 1/1 legendary human wizard with exile Mangara of Korondor and target permanent. It's just good to just get rid of anything. Like, it's a very great mono white commander and just randomly just exiles stuff, and it's nice. I like that card. It's just good for commander. Let's just go into Stormfront Riders. 5-mana 4/3 human soldier with flying. Enters battlefield. Return 2 creatures you control to their owner's hand. Whenever Stormfront Rider or another creature is returned to your hand from the battlefield, create a 1/1 soldier. This is just a very nice card. Like, I mean, by default, yeah, it will already create 2 1/1 soldiers. Then you could like use it to like bounce more stuff in, and they're just. But I mean, if you have the other creatures, of course, and like you could reuse the ATBs, it's not that bad. It's just it could get better though. Then we've got Stone Cloaker, 3-mana gargoyle with flash flying. Enters battlefield, bounce one of your creatures, and when it enters battlefield, exile target card from a graveyard. So you could just do this, and like you save 1 creature, and then you get rid of 1 card in exile. Or you could do this to recur this, like target itself for the bounce, then just keep on exiling cards from graveyards. Very good. If you just it's just a very nice card. I like Stone Cloaker. It's kind of cool. I mean, it would go well with Stormfront Riders as well. It will create lots of soldiers and stuff. Then we've got Momentary Blink. Then, Momentary Blink is a 2-mana instant with exile target creature you control, then return to the battlefield under its owner's control, and flashback for 3 and a blue. So it's actually a very good card. It just allows you to blink, then you can blink again later on. So it's just a nice card. That's the normal white spoilers. Let's just go into the white time shifted spoiler. Palace Jailer. 4-mana human 2/2 human soldier. With when enters battlefield, you become the monarch. And when enters battlefield, exile target creature an opponent controls until an opponent becomes the monarch. So yeah. And it's actually a very good card. Like, for example, if I'm not wrong, if you have Palace Jailer out, you exile creature, then for example, you're still the monarch, and then you'd concede while you were the monarch, then no one becomes the monarch, or not concede, or self-kill, or die through other ways, not from combat damage. So no one becomes the monarch. The creature gets out forever unless someone else has a card that can make them into monarch. Anyways, this is a very good card, especially in Legacy. as it's just a good removal on a creature and stuff like that, and it's just very nice. I mean, if Times Pro Remastered won't affect format legality, then it won't get added to Modern. But if it does affect format legality, then here we go. It's now a Modern card. But I mean, I think Modern Horizons is the one specializing in adding cards to Modern. We're getting Modern Horizons 2 this year as well, so stay tuned to the upcoming set. And I'll just soon just make some more another wish list for Modern Horizons 2, because most of the cards I had on the Modern Horizons 1 wish list were not added. But there we go. Let's just head into the bonus section where we've got a multicolored card, the only multicolored spoiled card, which is Drownu, Lich Lord, 5 mana 3/3 legendary zombie wizard. If damage will be dealt to Drownu, sacrifice that many permanents instead. And tap to make target instant or sorcery in your graveyard gain flashback until end of turn. The flashback cost is equal to its mana cost. So Drownu Lich Lord is just referencing Lich, which is one of those original cards from Magic the Gathering, which basically just it'll make you lose all of your life, and whenever you take damage, it just exile that many permanents, and then whenever you gain life, then draw a card, draw that many cards instead. Whenever you lose life, exile that many cards instead, I think it was, or discard that many cards from your hand and stuff like that. I don't know. I can't remember exactly the card. It's just a wall of text, really. It's just a 4 mana wall of text enchantment. I mean, if you really want to find out for yourself, just search up Lich on Gather or Scryfall, and then you find out. I mean, there's gonna be lots of results when you search up Lich, but then just go into the card that's actually called Lich. But Drowny Lich Lord is just referencing Lich, and it's a very good card. I mean, good commander spells. It just grants your instance of sorcery just flashback, and it's unkillable by damage. I mean, it'll make you sacrifice that many permanents. That's the problem. It's like, for example, Phyrexian monstrosity. I don't know. There's this card which was a 3 mana 5/5 with if damage will be dealt to it, you sacrifice that many permanents instead. I mean, no, not instead. You sacrifice that many permanents. There's no instead part in there. Drownu has an instead part, and there's also, for example, there's Phyrexian Obliterator. If damage will be dealt to it, the opponent or the source of the damage also sacrifices that many permanents. 4 mana 5/5 with trample and that effect. Yeah. So I did put some artifact spoilers in there because I didn't have much time. But if there is gonna be another spoilers podcast, then I'll be reviewing colorless red and blue. Oh wait, not blue. Red and green. Sorry. Why did I say blue instead of green? I don't know, but red and green and colorless. I mean, there's Lotus Bloom is going to be in the set, and apparently, as a special buy a box promo, you're going to get old bordered Lotus Bloom, foil old bordered Lotus Bloom as a buy a box promo, and the bot stopper. There's also going to be a bot stopper. I don't know what's going to be in there, though. But yeah, congratulations. You've reached the end of the podcast. So why don't you like and subscribe and follow Aviatory? Share with friends. Stay tuned to our next videos, streams, and podcasts. Podcasts will be live every Tuesday at 4 p.m. GMT, 5 p.m. CET, so stay tuned to them. Watch my other videos too. Thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed it. And bye.